Hello students, welcome to our online lecture for physics. This is the second lecture for the chapter wave optics. Now, in this chapter wave optics, we will learn about the primary and secondary sources of light. Then, we will introduce the concept of wavefront. But before introducing the concept of wavefront, I will give some introduction about the waves and the phase of the waves. Then we will discuss about the types of wavefront. Then Huygens principle. What is the Huygens principle? And at the last, we will discuss about the construction of plane and spherical wavefront. So let us start our lecture. Students, you know there are the many sources of light. We are surrounded by the many sources of light. Some are the natural sources of light, like sun is the natural source of light. There are many artificial sources of light are also. Here in your syllabus there is a new point about the light, that are the sources of light, that is what is mean by primary sources of light and secondary sources of light. And one question is given in your exercise also, what are primary and secondary sources of light. So we know that the sun, moon and stars are the natural sources of light, and there are some artificial sources of light. So what are the primary sources of light? The primary sources of light are those sources of light that have their own light. They emit their own light, that are called as the primary sources of light. There are the different reasons how the sources of light emits their light. Behind that there are the many reasons. As we know, the sun can emit the light, sun can give us the light due to its high temperature. Some flames like candle flame or gas flame or some metals heated to high temperature, they will emit the light due to their high temperature. In some cases, like in TV or in bulbs, when the electric current passes through it, it gives us the light. And sometimes some nuclear reactions takes place and there is the emission of light. You know the example of firecrackers, that we use in Diwali, and some nuclear energy reactions in nuclear energy generators, also there the emission of light due to the nuclear reactions. Now this is about the primary sources of light. Now we see what are the secondary sources of light. Secondary sources of light are those sources which do not produce light of their own but receive the light from some other sources and either reflect it or scattered it. Means the secondary sources does not have their own light. समजतंय? Moon is the natural secondary source of light. आपण लहानपणीपासून शिकलेलो आहे बघा, चंद्राला स्वतःचा प्रकाश नसतो, चंद्राला सूर्यापासून प्रकाश मिळतो, है ना. आणि आता शरद पौर्णिमा येणार आहे, कोजागिरी पौर्णिमा, तेव्हा आपण बघितलं, माहित आहे आपल्याला की चंद्राच्या प्रकाशात रात्री आपण दूध तयार करतो, आठवतो, आहे की नाही, माहित आहे तुम्हाला हे. सो दॅट इज द सेकंडरी सोर्स ऑफ लाईट दॅट not emits light its own, but it reflects the light and it gets that light from the sun. That are the secondary sources of light. All the objects that reflect light, that are called as the secondary sources of light. Now we have to discuss about the wavefront. In this chapter wave optics, we consider that light travels in the form of waves. We consider means it is told to us by the scientist Huygens. Huygens tells us that light has the wave nature. समझते? Light travels in the form of waves. So there is one another concept introduced by Huygens also, that is the wavefront and Huygens principle for that wavefront. So before introducing the concept of wavefront, you must know all the concept of waves. Also, the light travels in the form of waves, and that mechanical waves, you know there are the two types of mechanical waves. Which are that? Can you recall it? You have learned it in your 11th class or in your earlier classes also. Waves, mechanical waves means progressive waves that have two types. One is the transverse wave and another is the longitudinal waves. Light waves has transverse nature. It is proved by one phenomenon of light, that is the polarization of light. There is one question in your objective in the exercise. Which phenomena of light prove that light has transverse nature? So that phenomena is the polarization of light. But for this year, from your syllabus, the phenomena of polarization of light is omitted. Yes, and we have to study only two phenomena of light, that is interference and diffraction of light. Both these phenomena of light, interference and diffraction of light, proves the wave nature of light. So we must know all the things about the waves. So what are the waves? Waves are nothing but the oscillatory disturbance travel through the medium. Waves gives the platform to transfer energy. मीडियम मध्ये जेव्हा एनर्जी ट्रान्सफर होते, एका पॉइंट पासून दुसऱ्या पॉइंट पर्यंत एनर्जी जेव्हा जाते, ती कशाच्या माध्यमातून जाते? थ्रू द वेव्स. आपण जे बोलतो is that is the sound energy. That sound energy travel through the air in the form of longitudinal waves. Like that here, light travels in the form of transverse waves. We accept that, and so we study about the transverse waves. When the transverse waves travel through the medium is divided into alternate crust and trough. Here in the blue diagram, the crust is the convex part and trough is the concave part. One crust and one trough forms one wave. Is that the distance between two consecutive crusts or two consecutive troughs is called as wavelength of the wave. Wavelength is the physical quantity that is used to measure the length of the waves. Also one important physical quantity in terms of waves, that is the amplitude of wave. Here when the waves travel through the medium, waves जेव्हा medium मधून travel होतात, is that all the particle perform linear simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion आपण oscillation chapter मध्ये स्टडी केलेला आहे. I give two examples of waves in the nature. बघा, when suppose there is a string, one end of the string is attached to a fixed rigid wall and other end of the string is in your hand. दोरी आहे एक लांब बघा, एक टोक तिचं भिंतीला बांधलेला आहे, दुसरं टोक तुमच्या हातात आहे. Yes, and you give some jerk by your hand to that string, the waves will created on that string. आपण ते बघू शकतो, ऑब्झर्व करू शकतो. स्प्रिंग मधल्या longitudinal waves we can observe it. And also when we suppose we are sitting along a bank of river or along a pond, समजते, आणि पाणी असं संत आहे, आपण बसला आहे, तर जनरली आपण एक ऍक्शन करतो, we take one pebble and throw it on the water surface. In that case we observe the water waves. पेबल और स्टोन जिथे सरफेसवर टच होतो पाण्याच्या, तिथे गोल असा खड्ड्यासारखा तयार होतो आणि त्याच्या संपूर्ण आजूबाजूला गोल गोल सर्क्युलर वेव्स तयार होऊन त्या वेव्स समोर समोर रॅडियली आउटवर्ड जातात. तुम्ही त्या बघितलेल्या आहे. दॅट आर द वेव्स. मग त्या वेव्स मध्ये काय होतं? when the stone touches to the water particle, kinetic energy from the stone received by the water particle, and when the water particle receives some energy, they start oscillations in upward and downward directions. Is that here in the transverse waves, if the direction of propagation of wave is in x direction, then the particle vibrate in a y direction, that is perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. That wave is called as transverse wave. So what is amplitude? Here in the diagram, in this diagram the waves are red. Now in this diagram, see here, the displacement is from zero. When particles start oscillation from mean position, it goes in upward position up to suppose 2 centimeter, then comes to the mean position, then goes to the downward position up to -2 centimeter, and then again come to the original position, that is the mean position. Here then we can say the particle has completed its one oscillation. See towards that. When particle complete one oscillation, time taken by that particle to complete one oscillation is called as period of the wave, and during that one oscillation the waves will cover the distance, that is complete one crust and one trough, that is equal to the wavelength of the waves, and the maximum displacement of the particle from its mean position is called as amplitude of wave. Here we can say for these waves the amplitude is +2 or -2 centimeters suppose. Here the amplitude is shown by this arrow. See, from mean position up to upward maximum displacement there is a limit for that particle when it performs the vibration or oscillation, and that amplitude is same for all the particles. So the period is same for all the particles, only the direction of velocity from particle to particles change. Is that? So waves is nothing but they transport, it helps to transport energy along the medium, that are the mechanical waves. Transverse waves and longitudinal waves. Here we consider the transverse nature of light. Now we discuss again some different features of light. These all features are very important to you. Students, please try to understand all these concepts, because if you understand this concept, then you will get what is meant by interference and diffraction of light. आपल्याला इंटरफिअरन्स आणि डिफ्रॅक्शन जो स्टडी करायचा आहे त्यामध्ये हे कन्सेप्ट सगळे महत्वाचे आहे. बघा, इंटेन्सिटी ऑफ द वेव्ह इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्क्वेअर ऑफ इट्स एम्प्लिट्यूड. तर इंटेन्सिटी ऑफ वेव्स म्हटलं की लाईट वेव्ह म्हटलं की लाईटची इंटेन्सिटी, साऊंड वेव्स म्हटलं की साऊंडची इंटेन्सिटी. बघा, डिफरंट एम्प्लिट्यूड्स, ड्यू टू डिफरंट एम्प्लिट्यूड्स देयर इज अ डिफरंट brightness. See here, these waves shows you the dim light, while these waves shows you the bright light, that is maximum amplitude, brightness is more. Minimum amplitude, that light will be dim, that is the intensity of light. There is one important relation between the intensity of light and square of amplitude. Now see here, different colors of light are due to the different wavelength of the waves. Baga, first wave, in the first wave, in the second waves, lambda A, lambda B, lambda C, these are the different wavelengths. And depending on different wavelengths, the light has different colors. आपण पहिल्या व्हिडिओ मध्ये पण बघितलेलं. If the frequency of the wave decreases, then the wavelength will increase. See here, high frequency waves and low frequency waves. In the high frequency waves, see, number of waves per meter will be large. And in the low frequency waves, second green waves diagrams बघा, लो फ्रिक्वेन्सी वेव्स मध्ये काय आहे, वेवलेंथ कमी आहे तर फ्रिक्वेन्सी काय आहे, जास्त आहे. समजतंय ना? म्हणजे फर्स्ट डायग्राम मध्ये वेवलेंथ इज लो अँड फ्रिक्वेन्सी इज हाय. इन द सेकंड डायग्राम what is there, wavelength is large, then the frequency is low. There is the inverse relation between frequency and wavelength. We have discussed it in the electromagnetic spectrum also. Now see here, the red waves, लो एनर्जी वेव्ह. लो एनर्जी वेव्ह मध्ये बघा एम्प्लिट्यूड कशी आहे, कमी. हाय एनर्जी वेव्ह, द एम्प्लिट्यूड इज लार्ज. सो वी कॅन से द इंटेन्सिटी ऑफ वेव्ह इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्क्वेअर ऑफ इट्स एम्प्लिट्यूड. द डिफरंट कलर्स ऑफ द वेव्स आर ड्यू टू द डिफरंट वेवलेंथ्स and the frequency and wavelength have the inverse relation. Now let us discuss about the phase of the wave. Phase म्हणजे काय आहे? We know about the amplitude of the wave, wavelength of the wave, period of the wave. Yes, and here the particles are performing linear simple harmonic motion. Is that one crust and one trough forms the one waves. So what is meant by phase of the wave? Phase of the wave is nothing but the state of oscillation of the particle is called its phase. Baga, here in the color diagram. In this color diagram, the point A, point C and point E are red. Red color चे dots आहेत. Some medium points in the wave motion perform similarity and they are said to be in phase. Some color points on the graphs are in phase, that are red color, same color points A, C आणि E सारख्या phase मध्ये आहे. B, D, F that are green, they are also in same phase. G, I, K they are also in same phase. H and J are in same phase. S, T and U are also in same phase. मग same phase म्हणजे काय? बघा, this particle performs the oscillation. When they perform the oscillation, the direction of velocity is same and they perform the oscillation similarly. म्हणजे A पार्टिकल जेव्हा मॅक्झिमम वरच्या पोझिशनला पोहोचेल तेव्हा C पण पोहोचेल, तेव्हाच E पण पोहोचेल. समजतंय? खाली येतात जेव्हा मीन पोझिशनला ए असेल तर सी पण मीन पोझिशनला असेल. म्हणजे ते वर खाली जे ऑसिलेशन करतात तेव्हा त्यांचा जो वर जाण्याचा आणि खाली जाण्याचा जो हे आहे जर्नी आहे तो सारखा असतो. दॅट पार्टिकल्स आर कॉल्ड एज इन द सेम फेज. खाली बघा सिमिलर बिहेवियर दाखवलेला आहे बघा. वेव्स इन सेम फेज अँड वेव्स इन अपोजिट फेज. बघा, वरच्या वेव्स मध्ये पार्टिकल वर जातो आहे, समजतंय, तर खाली खाली जातो आहे. म्हणजे क्रस्ट आणि ट्रफ मधले पार्टिकल सारख्या फेज मध्ये असू शकतात का? नाही. एक कम्प्लीट वेव्ह जेव्हा होते तेव्हा फेज कितीचा होतो या ब्ल्यू डायग्राम मध्ये बघा, व्होल्टेज मध्ये दाखवलेल्या ऑसिलेटिंग साइन वेव्स मध्ये. When the particles start from mean position and complete one oscillation, the phase covered by the wave is equal to 360 degree or 2 pi radian. हाफ वेव्ह म्हटलं तर पाय रेडियन, 1/4 म्हटलं तर पाय बाय 2 रेडियन म्हणजे 90 डिग्री. हाफ वेव्ह पाय रेडियन 180 डिग्री, 1/3 वेव्ह 270 डिग्री, 3 पाय बाय 2. सर्क्युलर मोशन सारखं पार्टिकल जेव्हा एक सर्क्युलर मोशन कंप्लीट करतो 360 डिग्री कंप्लीट होतात. पार्टिकल जेव्हा वन ऑसिलेशन कंप्लीट करतो 2 pi radian, that is the 360 degree oscillation is there, and the phase is given by, at a given instant the phase is given by, see here in the diagram, pink diagram, phi is equal to 2 pi x upon lambda. That is the formula to calculate the phase of the particle at a given instant. Is by putting the value of x, 2 pi is constant for the given waves, wavelength lambda is also constant. If we put the value of x, we get the value of phase at that point. Suppose we want to calculate the phase at point C. Now at point C, we can say the distance x from the origin is equal to lambda. So when we put the value of x is equal to lambda, we get the phase is equal to 2 pi, which we can say between point A and C, the phase difference is 2 pi radian and they are in the same phase. Again between point C and E, if we calculate the phase difference, again it is 2 pi radian. Means we can say when the two particles are in same phase, the phase difference between them is 2 pi radian. So the particles G and I and K have the phase difference 2 pi radian. They are in same phase and distance between them is equal to one wavelength, that is the lambda, and they are called in same phase. Again I give you here one example. थोडं मराठीमध्ये सांगते बघा. खो खोचा गेम आहे सपोज आणि मुलं बसलेले आहे. एका टीमचे मुलं हे ABCDEF हे एका टीमचे मुलं आहे सपोज. तर बघा A, C आणि E म्हणजे अल्टरनेट मुलगा. जर ईस्ट कडे त्यांचं डायरेक्शन असेल, ते ईस्ट कडे तोंड करून बसलेले असतील, तर अल्टरनेट दुसरे BDF हे कसे बसलेले असतील, ईस्ट वेस्ट कडे. समजते ना, अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. मग ACE यांची डायरेक्शन ऑफ व्हेलॉसिटी काय आहे इथे, अपवर्ड. ऍट द सेम टाइम द पार्टिकल्स ऍट BDF have the direction of velocity in downward direction, though they are at the mean position. जरी ते सगळे ऍट मीन पोझिशनला आहे, पण ACE हे वर जाणार आहे ऍट अ गिव्हन इन्स्टंट. त्या सेम इन्स्टंटला BDF खाली जाणार. समजतंय? सो फेज ऑफ द वेव्ह इज नथिंग बट द स्टेट ऑफ ऑसिलेशन. The phase of the wave at a point is defined by the state of motion of the particle at that point. And here the wave is in same phase. When the crest of one wave is followed by the crest and trough is followed by trough, the waves are said to be in same phase. Figure A and the figure B. There is the crest of the wave is followed by the trough of the wave. एका वेव्हचा crest आहे तर दुसऱ्या वेव्हचा trough. अशा दोन वेव्ह जर सायमल्टेनियसली एका वेळेस आल्या, we can say that waves are in out of phase. Okay, get it now? Now we start the next point, that is the important point in your first chapter, wave optics, that is the wavefront. So what is meant by wavefront? Actually wavefront is nothing but the locus of all the points where the waves travel, when the light waves travel through the medium, when the source emits the light and light waves goes in forward direction, after some time we can find a locus of points, म्हणजे संच पॉइंट्सचा, at which the waves reach simultaneously and that all waves have the same phase. Such a set of points is called as wavefront. या वॉटर वेव्स मध्ये डायग्राम मध्ये बघा बरोबर दाखवलेल्या ग्रीन सर्कल्स जे दिसतात, थोडे उंच उंच दिसतात ते सर्कल, समजतात? That are all the wavefronts. On that circles all the points are in same phase. म्हणजे तिथे वेव्स पोहोचतात सायमल्टेनियसली, एकाच वेळेस सगळ्या वेव्स तिथे पोहोचतात सेंटर पॉइंट पासून येणाऱ्या, आणि सगळ्या वेव्स पोहोचणाऱ्या सायमल्टेनियसली पोहोचतात आणि सगळ्या वेव्सचा पार्टिकलचा फेज काय आहे, सारखा आहे, म्हणजे ते सोबत वर खाली जातील. So such a set of points is called as wavefront. And in the wavefront, the direction of propagation of wave is perpendicular to the wavefront. Here the direction of propagation of wave is radially outward, that is perpendicular to the circular surface, that is perpendicular to the surface of wavefront. And the speed with which the wavefront move is nothing but the speed of the wave in terms of light. The wavefront travels with the same speed that is the speed of light. Now, there are the different types of wavefront. Water waves are two-dimensional waves and that's why we observe the circles. आपल्याला फक्त सर्कल्स दिसतात. समजतंय? But sound and light waves, sound waves, when they produce from the source of light, they are in the three-dimensional, and in the three dimensions we get the spherical surface, such a locus of points, spherical locus of points. Yes, spear-like locus of points at which waves reach simultaneously and which are in same phase, they are called as spherical waves. Then, what is meant by plane wavefront? Plane wavefront is nothing but it is a part of spherical wavefront at a very large distance from the source. म्हणजे आपण जर सनला सोर्स कन्सिडर केला आणि सन पासून वेव्स अर्थ सरफेसवर येत आहेत and we consider the spherical part, then that radius is very large. And in that case, the sphere is also very large and some part of that sphere will be appeared as a plane. So that is the plane wavefront. In the plane wavefront also, the direction of propagation is perpendicular to the wavefront. Means we can say the ray of light is perpendicular to the surface of wavefront. Here, wavefronts are shown by the squares and arrows gives you the direction of light which is perpendicular to the surface of wavefront. The shape of the wavefront at a point far away from the source of light is plane wavefront, and if the source of light is linear, the wavefront will be cylindrical. Slit like linear source असेल, ट्यूबलाइट सारखा छोटा, त्याच्या सराउंडिंगला आपल्याला जो लोकस ऑफ पॉइंट्स मिळेल, that is the cylinder in the form of cylindrical surface, and that is the cylindrical wavefront. Now next point, that is the Huygens principle. Huygens tells us light travels in the form of waves, and he gives one principle about the wavefront. What he says, he states that each point on the wavefront acts as a secondary source of light, emitting secondary light waves called wavelets in all directions, which travel with the speed of light in the medium. The new wavefront can be obtained by taking the envelope of these secondary wavelets traveling in the forward direction and is thus the envelope of the secondary wavelets in forward direction. The wavelets traveling in the backward direction are ineffective. इथे backward direction नी wavelets दाखवलेले आहे. बघा रेड पॉइंट्स काय इंडिकेट्स करतायत, प्लेन वेवफ्रंट वरचे डिफरंट पॉइंट्स. each point acts as a secondary source of light. सेकंडरी सोर्स ऑफ लाईट म्हणजे त्याला लाईट मागून ओरिजिनल सोर्स पासून मिळतो आहे आणि तो काय करेल, लाईट इमिट करेल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वेवलेट्स. आणि हे जे सेकंडरी वेवलेट्स आहे बघा, छोटे छोटे सर्कल्स, हाफ सर्कल्स घेतले आपण, सेमी सर्कल्स, या सगळ्यांचा टँजेंट जर ड्रॉ केला तर वी गेट द न्यू वेवफ्रंट. सो इन युअर सिलेबस देयर इज द पॉइंट प्रोग्रेस ऑफ प्लेन वेवफ्रंट. इफ द प्लेन वेवफ्रंट at time t is equal to 0 is given. Suppose we consider AB is the plane wavefront at time t is equal to 0. We have to obtain the next wavefront by the geometrical construction. How we can obtain it? By using the Huygens principle. So what does Huygens tells us? According to Huygens principle, each point on the wavefront will act as a secondary source of light and will emit the spherical wavelets as shown in figure. The wavelets will be in the form of hemispheres. At a later time t, if we say v is the velocity of light, then distance is equal to velocity into light. So v into t is the distance covered by all the secondary wavelets emitted from each point from the plane wavefront. So we can draw a small hemispheres by taking the point as a center and radius as vt, and then we can draw a common tangential surface to all that spherical waves that will give us the new plane wavefront. Similarly, you can write the progress of spherical wavefront also. You can take the screenshot of this slide to explain how we can obtain the geometrical construction of plane wavefront or geometric progress of plane wavefront. And in this point, instead of using plane, if we use the word spherical, we can write it for the progress of spherical wavefronts. Here in the next slide, फक्त मी काय केलं, प्लेन च्या ऐवजी स्फेरिकल शब्द घेतलाय आणि सेम डिस्क्रिप्शन we can write for the progress of spherical wavefront. Here The source of light is a point source. It will emit light in the forward direction. AB is the initial wavefront at time t is equal to 0. Every point on the wavefront will act as a secondary source of light. It will emit the secondary waves. We can draw the we can draw the hemispheres by taking VT as radius, and the common tangential surface to all that secondary wavelets to that hemisphere, that is A dash B dash, gives us the position of new wavefront. Thus, this is the progress of spherical wavefront. Students, if you watch the video very carefully, you can solve these questions. You can write these questions. What are primary and secondary sources of light? What is a wavefront? How is the wavefront related to a ray of light? What is the shape of the wavefront at a point far away from the source of light? State Huygens principle. Explain the progress of plane wavefront and also the progress of spherical wavefront by using the Huygens principle. In the next video, we will discuss about the phenomena of light, that is interference. After that, bye and thank you.